9 ministries that are now receiving nominees, including Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, I mentioned that already, Agnes Namumolate, Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Abla Jifa Gomashi, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Emilia Arthur, Ministry of Youth, Development and Empowerment, George Opare Ado, Ministry of Education, Haruna Idrisu, Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim, Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare. I'll go over the list again. News just in this hour, President John Dramani Mahama has made 12 new appointments, 3 regions, 9 key ministries. I'll go over them again. Let's start with the regions. Western North, Wilbert Petty Brintum is the regional minister designate. Central region, Eduamwa Eko Penyi Otri is the regional minister designate. And Western region, Joseph Nelson, regional minister designate. Let's talk about those ministries as well. And Ministry of Roads and Highways, Kwame Governs Agboja. Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku. Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Dr. Agnes Na Momolate. Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Abla Jifa Gomashi. Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Emilia Arthur. Ministry of Youth Development, George Opare Ado. Ministry of Education, Tamale South MP, Haruna Idrisu. Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim. And Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare. Just a few things that we know about these nominees. Well, let's go over those names again. Ministers of State designates would include Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Ministry, Jifa Gomashi, George Opare, Ministry of Youth, Development and Empowerment, Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare, Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. That is the ministry where she will be going pending her vetting and approval as well. But I want to show you from the previous list what we know about these nominees so far. Haruna Idrisu, you saw on the earlier slide, is nominated for the Education Ministry. He himself is a very experienced politician. Going to the ministry is not new to him because he's occupied positions like Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, period between 2014 and 2017, Minister for Trade and Industry, period between 2013 and 2014. He's also occupied Communications Ministry between period 2009 and 2013 under John Evans Atta Mills as president. We also know him popularly as former minority leader. So that is it for Haruna Idrisu, Education Minister designate. I want to show you Kwame Governs Agboja as well. He himself a member of parliament. He is a Ghanaian politician and member of the 7th, well, now the 9th parliament, so to speak, representing Adaklu constituency in the Volta region. He obtained a postgraduate diploma in architecture from the University of Westminster, diploma in architecture from the University of East London, BSc in architecture from KNUST, a chartered architect from the Ghana Institute of Architects and the Royal Institute of British Architects. Kwame Governs Agboja has also been the managing director of Southworld Technical Services from 1999 till date. He's CEO Architects co-partner since 2010 and many more. At the moment, he is the majority chief whip. Well, let's go over the regional ministers designate as well. Western North region, Wilbert Petty Brintum. Central region, Eduamwa Eko Penyi Otri. Western region, Joseph Nelson. And then as you see on your screen, the list provided from the Jubilee House of the Ministers of State. These are nominees who will be vetted by the Appointments Committee It would appear the appointment committee has a long list of people to vet at this moment. Remember, before this one, there were 10 nominees for 10 regions, plus this list of 12 makes 22. So the appointments committee will be vetting 22 nominees from now until whenever they are able to finish. But let's connect with our presidential affairs correspondent, Komla Kluche. He's been following the story, brought this in only minutes ago. Remember, it's breaking news. We're bringing you at this point on TV3. Komla, good afternoon to you. It's still morning, look at me. But let's talk about this breaking news that's coming in. What else do we know?
Well, the list have been submitted to the speaker, and the speaker will have to forward it or refer it to the appointment committee, and they would have to fashion out when they would start the vetting of these nominees. But confirmation is that yes, this has been sent to Parliament, and Parliament will take the necessary actions on this. The other indication we get is to the effect that His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, would stick to his 14 days where he said he will have the full complement of his ministerial team, and he will have no excuse whatsoever to give for this. Yesterday, we saw the list of his security chiefs. The ministerial ones will be coming in anytime from now, and then the other list will equally be following. But by or before the end of the 14th day, John Mahama will have the full complement of his list, just like he promised on the campaign. The handlers do assure me that he's not going to give any excuse whatsoever for it. He's hit the ground running. As we speak today, the Prime Minister of Mali is in the country, and he'll be holding talks with him, and a message will be delivered to him from the President of Mali. And so there's a lot that he has to be doing. In the past few days, or two days ago, he was in Boku and was also in the Nairobi's palace. And the issue of security, the economy, and every other thing, he takes them seriously and wants to act in a manner that would reset the country, just like he promised the people once on the campaign trail. And so these individuals that he's tasking, he makes the point that it's not about lobbying. A lot of people are lobbying. We can tell you for a fact. And even he himself mentioned it 2 days ago that several people are lobbying. But what they should not forget is to the effect that the job that is ahead of them, or that is ahead of him, is one that requires a lot of sacrifice, because resetting the country back to its gains from where it currently is not an easy task, and he requires very dedicated individuals. And from the list, the assurance that I get from the handlers is to the effect also that these are individuals who are distinguished in their capacity, distinguished in their qualification, and are ready to help John Mahama to reset the country in the various fields that he's assigning them to, specifically the ministries and the regions they'll be heading.
Very well, Komla. Listen, let's talk about this again in the next few minutes on News Central when we go into details of this list, particularly the surprise names we are seeing here. There are some, of course, we're expecting them to be on the list. On this one, there are a few surprises here. We'll go into those on News Central a little later. Thank you so much. Komla Kluche is our presidential affairs correspondent. News just in this hour, I'll take you over the lists of nominees released from the presidency for ministers of state and regional ministers. Let's go over that list again. What you see on your screens at the moment: Ahmed Ibrahim for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Ministry; Eric Opoku, Food and Agriculture Ministry; Emilia Arthur, Fisheries and Aquaculture Ministry. A few more, including Governs Agbuja, Ministry of Roads and Highways; Haruna Idrisu for Ministry of Education; and Agnes Momolate, PhD, for Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. The final on the list of ministers of state designates Jifa Gomashi, Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Ministry, George Opariado, Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare, Trade, Agribusiness and Industry Ministry. Remember, I told you there were also regional ministers designate. Western North, Wilbert Petty Brintum, Central Region, Eduamoa Eko Penyin Ochre, Western Region, Joseph Nelson. A bit more on this in only about 8 minutes here on News Central on TV3. Don't go away.
That I can bring in, not the ones that will marry today and jump out tomorrow.